Okay, so have you ever felt like when it comes to money, everyone else is kind of like in on some big secret?
Yeah.
And you're just kind of left out like you missed the memo or something.
Oh, totally.
If that sounds familiar, well, you're in the right place because today we're taking a deep dive into a book that wants to give you like the ultimate playbook for getting your finances right.
Yes.
It's called I Will Teach You to Be Rich by Ramit Sethi.
I love this book.
So good, right?
Yeah.
And it really does kind of demystify this whole world of personal finance, right?
Totally. And I think so many people, they dream of like, financial freedom and a comfy future.
Oh, for sure.
But figuring out this whole money thing could be like super overwhelming. You know what I mean?
I mean, it's intimidating, right? It
Yeah.
can be so.
Totally.
This book, though, it like really breaks it down and it's engaging, it's practical.
Yeah. I think he does such a good job of like explaining these complex topics
Exactly.
in like a way that like anyone can understand.
And he does it without like all the jargon and like, a million spreadsheets.
No spreadsheets required.
Which is the best part. Yeah.
Yeah.
So Ramit Sethi, he's a Stanford grad. He's the founder of Growth Lab.
Very impressive resume.
Yeah, he definitely knows what he's talking about.
Yeah.
And he breaks down like all the essentials you need to know into 4 main areas.
Okay, let's hear it.
Smart banking, effective saving,
Okay.
sensible budgeting, which he's like reframes in a really cool way. We'll get to that.
I love that.
And of course, investing.
Yes.
The big one.
The big one.
But our mission today is like, we want to pull out all the best stuff from this book, like all the actionable insights that you can actually use
Yes.
to help you, our lovely listeners, start building your own version of what he calls a rich life.
Because it's not just about having like a ton of money, right?
No,
It's like,
exactly.
it's a lifestyle.
Yeah, it's a lifestyle and like a way of thinking about your finances in your life.
Totally. And like, it's about creating a system that actually works for you, right?
100%. So you can earn more, save, smarter, spend on the things you care about, and actually enjoy life.
Yeah, it's about like aligning your spending with your values.
Oh my God, yes.
Like spend money on the things you love
Yeah.
and cut costs mercilessly on the things you don't.
I love that so much.
Yeah.
It's so good.
And this is something that I think a lot of people struggle with is
Oh, yeah.
they think that in order to be rich, they have to like deprive themselves
Totally.
of everything.
Yes. And it's
That's
like,
not the case at all.
no, it's not. It's like, you should be enjoying your life. Now, let's be real. For a lot of people, when they think about investing,
Ooh, yeah.
they get like a little anxious.
That's fair.
Right? The whole like fear of the unknown.
Right.
You could lose your hard-earned money.
Totally.
It can be a real roadblock.
Yeah, I think that fear keeps a lot of people
Oh, yeah.
from like getting started.
From even like dipping their toes in the water.
Totally.
And we're going to tackle that head on today because Sethi has some really great advice for overcoming that fear.
Yes, he does.
And it all starts with like this one really important principle, taking ownership of your financial situation.
This is so important. He says it like really straight up.
He does.
Like no one but you.
No one but you.
No one but you.
Is responsible for your financial problems.
Yeah.
I love that.
It's like a little harsh,
It is.
but it's like a wake-up call.
It is like a slap in the face a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit.
But in a good way.
In a good way.
In a motivational way.
Yeah.
And like, there's real power in that statement, right? It's like,
Completely.
it's shifting your mindset from feeling like things are just happening to you
Yeah.
to realizing that you can actually control this.
100%. Like you have the power to change
Yes.
your financial situation.
It's so important. It's
Yeah.
like moving from being reactive to being proactive about your money.
Right, from like defense to offense.
Exactly.
It's a really good analogy.
So good.
Yeah.
And along with this whole taking responsibility thing, Sethi also talks about how much emotions affect our money choices.
Oh my God, yes.
Oh,
This is huge.
huge.
It's like greed and fear.
Yeah.
They can like really mess with our decisions.
Totally. And it's like we've all been there, right?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Like you see something you really want and you just gotta have it.
Totally like impulse purchases.
Impulse purchases.
Yeah, or like when the market takes a dip and you're like, oh my God, I'm going to lose all my money. I got to sell.
Sell, sell, sell.
Yeah, and then you end up like making a bad decision.
You make emotional decisions.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And those usually don't end well.
They don't usually end well.
Yeah.
So how do we deal with all these emotions when it comes to money?
So one thing is like recognizing them,
Okay.
like being aware that you're feeling greedy, you're fearful.
Okay, so acknowledge the feelings.
Yeah, exactly. And then you can start to like
Okay.
manage them.
Okay.
And another thing is like accepting that you're going to make mistakes,
Oh, yeah.
especially when you're first starting out.
Especially when you're starting out, it's like you're learning.
Totally. It's like any new skill.
Yeah.
You're going to mess up a few
You
times.
got to mess up to learn, right?
Totally.
So Sethi, he talks about this 85% rule, which I love.
Okay, I'm intrigued. Tell me about this.
Okay, so it basically means that like it's way more important to just get started and be like mostly on the right track
Okay.
than to wait until, absolutely everything and be like perfect.
So don't let perfect be the enemy of good.
Exactly. Just start.
Just start. It's like the biggest thing, right?
Totally.
Just get the ball rolling.
Yeah. And like action breeds clarity.
It does.
You know?
It really does.
So you'll learn more by doing
Totally.
it than by like just reading about it
That's
or
right.
thinking about it.
Okay, so we got to get started.
Got to get started. But then he has this other point that's like a little mind-blowing.
Okay.
He says there's a limit to how much you can cut your expenses.
Okay.
You can only like tighten your belt so much, right?
Right, like you got to eat.
You got to eat. You got to live.
You got to have a roof over your head.
Exactly. But
Yeah.
get the potential for increasing your income
Yes.
is basically unlimited.
Love that.
It's so good, right?
Yeah.
It's like instead of just focusing on like cutting back and feeling deprived,
Right.
you can also like put your energy into making more money.
Yes.
Whether it's through a side hustle, learning new skills.
So many possibilities.
The sky's the limit.
I love that.
So good.
Yeah.
Okay, so you've got the right mindset. You're ready to take control.
Okay.
Where do we start?
Well, the book goes into some really practical steps.
Yes.
And it all begins with something that I think a lot of people overlook,
What's that?
your bank accounts.
Ooh, optimizing your bank accounts.
Yes.
I like it.
Yeah.
Okay, so tell me more about this.
So, like, it might not be the most exciting topic.
It's not the sexiest,
It's not the sexiest, but it's so important.
but so important.
Yeah.
It's the foundation.
Yeah, you got to have like a solid financial foundation.
Yes.
And that starts with making sure your money is in the right place.
In the right place, the right accounts.
Yes.
Okay.
So Sethi, he's all about choosing the best accounts for your needs.
Okay.
Like checking accounts that have like really low fees or no fees.
Okay, low fees.
And then high yield savings accounts.
High yield,
Yeah, so your money can actually earn some interest.
earn a little something while it's sitting there.
Totally. And it might not seem like a lot at first,
Okay.
but over time, it can really add up.
It adds up.
Yeah, and those little fees that you're not paying,
Right.
that's like free money.
It's free money.
Yeah.
Okay, so we got our bank accounts in order.
Okay.
What's next? What's the next like building block?
So the next piece is like managing your credit and debt.
Ooh, credit cards.
Credit cards.
The double-edged sword.
Yes, they can be good or they can be very bad.
Very bad.
Yeah.
So tell me, how do we use them wisely?
So Sethi, he's actually a fan of using credit cards,
Okay.
but he's very, very clear
Very clear.
about using them responsibly,
Okay.
which means never ever spending more than you earn.
Golden rule number 1.
Golden rule number 1.
Lives within your means.
Live within your means, yes.
Okay.
And he talks about using credit cards as like an interest-free loan.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Yeah. So basically you buy something with your credit card
Okay.
and then you pay it off in full
Okay.
by the due date.
So you're not carrying a balance?
No carrying a balance, no.
Okay.
And that way you avoid paying any interest charges.
Okay, so it's like free money again.
It's like free money again.
I like it.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're using it responsibly. You're paying it off every month.
Yep.
You're not getting into debt.
Exactly.
But what else does it do for us?
So it also helps you build a good credit score,
Oh, yeah, that's important.
which is super important.
It's like your financial GPA.
It's like your financial report card.
Exactly.
And you need good credit for like
For everything.
For everything.
Yes, getting a loan.
renting an apartment,
Living in apartments.
sometimes even getting a job.
Sometimes even getting a job. It's crazy.
It's wild out there.
It's wild.
Okay, so we've got the mindset. We've optimized our bank accounts. We're being smart about credit.
Okay.
What's the next step in this whole building a rich life thing?
Okay, so this is where I think things get really interesting.
Okay, lay it on me.
It's all about automation.
Automate.
Automation, baby.
I love it. Okay.
Yeah.
Tell me more about this automation thing.
So Sethi is like a huge proponent of automating as much of your finances as possible.
Okay.
So your savings, your bill payments, your investments, you can automate all of that.
And why is that so important?
So it's important for a few reasons.
Okay.
First of all, it ensures consistency.
Okay.
Like you're not relying on yourself to remember to do all these things every month.
Because you're going to forget. You're going to forget. I'm going to forget. We're all human.
We're all human. We're going to forget.
Yeah. And second, it takes the emotion out of it.
Oh, right.
You know, you're not making decisions based on like how you're feeling that day.
So no more impulse investing.
No more impulse investing. No more like skipping your savings because you want to buy something,
Exactly.
you know?
Okay, so how does this automation magic actually work?
So basically you set up like a system of instructions for your money.
Mm-hmm.
So let's say you get paid on the first of the month.
Okay.
You can set it up so that like a certain amount automatically goes to your checking account.
Okay.
Another amount goes to your savings account.
Okay.
And then another amount goes straight to your investment accounts.
Oh my God. It's like magic.
It is like magic. It's like you're paying yourself first.
Paying yourself first.
Yes.
I love it.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's like setting your finances on autopilot.
It is. It's like financial autopilot.
Oh, that frees up so much mental space.
Totally. You don't have to think about it anymore.
And like no more feeling guilty.
No more guilt.
About not saving enough.
Yeah.
Because it's just happening.
It's just happening in the background.
I love it.
And once you've got that system set up,
Okay.
Sethi, he's like, don't mess with it too much.
Okay, don't overthink it.
Don't overthink it, yeah.
Okay.
Like make adjustments as needed when like your life circumstances change.
Okay.
But like the goal is to create a system that works for you.
Yeah.
And that you can just like let run in the background.
Yeah, set it and forget it.
Set it and forget it.
Love it.
And a big part of this automation, especially when it comes to investing,
Okay.
is setting up something called systematic investment plans.
SIPs. SEEPs. Okay, I've heard of these.
Yeah.
But tell me a little more about them.
So a SIP, it allows you to invest a fixed amount of money
Okay.
in a mutual fund
Okay.
at regular intervals.
Okay.
So you can choose how often you want to invest.
Okay.
Whether it's like every 2 weeks, every month, every quarter.
Okay, so you pick the frequency.
You pick the frequency.
Okay.
And then the money just gets automatically invested.
I love it.
Yeah.
And what I think is so cool about SIPs is that you can start with like really small amounts.
Yes, this is huge.
Huge.
Like Sethi, he talks about starting with like 500 rupees,
That's amazing.
which is like nothing.
It's like nothing. It's like, what, a couple of coffees?
Yeah, exactly.
So it makes investing accessible to everyone,
Totally.
no matter how much money you make.
You don't have to be like a millionaire.
No, you don't have to be like Warren Buffett
No.
to get started.
Yeah.
Okay, so automation is like taking care of our saving and investing.
Okay.
What about spending?
So spending, that's where conscious spending comes in.
Conscious spending?
This is one of my favorite concepts from the book.
Okay, tell me more.
So it's not about like budgeting in the traditional sense,
Okay.
like where you're like tracking every penny and depriving yourself.
No more spreadsheets.
No more spreadsheets, no more like feeling guilty about buying a latte.
Okay.
It's about making intentional choices about where your money goes.
Okay, like it.
Yeah, like really thinking about what's important to you
Okay.
and then spending accordingly.
So spend on the things you love.
Spend on the things you love.
Cut back on the things you don't.
Cut back on the things you don't.
I love it.
Yes.
It's so much more sustainable than like, just trying to be frugal all the time.
Totally.
Right? Because you're not depriving yourself.
Yeah, you're not depriving yourself. You're just being intentional.
You're making choices.
Exactly.
Okay, so how do we actually put this conscious spending into practice?
Okay, so the book suggests creating like a spending plan
Okay.
where you figure out how much you need to cover like your essential expenses.
Okay, so your fixed costs like rent and bills and all that.
So, yeah, rent, utilities, groceries, transportation, all that good stuff.
Okay.
And then you can decide how much you want to allocate to other categories like long-term savings,
Okay.
investing fund money,
Fun money. I like that one.
Yeah.
Okay.
whatever you want.
Whatever your heart desires.
Exactly. And then you automate those transfers too.
Oh, so automation comes back.
Automation always comes back.
I love it.
It's like the key.
The key to success.
Yeah,
Okay, so by automating it, you're like less likely to overspend,
totally.
right? Because the money's already allocated.
Yeah, it's already gone to where it needs to go.
It's gone.
Yeah.
Okay, and then you can like actually enjoy the money that's left.
Exactly. Guilt-free spending.
Guilt-free spending. Okay, I love that.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're taking responsibility, we're optimizing our finances, we're automating, we're spending consciously.
Okay.
What's next in this rich life journey?
So the next piece is all about making your money work for you
Okay.
over the long term.
Okay.
And that brings us to investing.
The big I.
The big I.
Investing. Okay, now the book doesn't get like super specific about all the different types of investments,
Right.
but it does really emphasize the importance of getting started.
Yes, like ASAP.
ASAP.
Yeah.
Yeah, as soon as possible.
The sooner the better.
Sooner the better. And like, why is that so important?
Because time is your biggest asset.
Time.
When it comes to investing,
Okay.
the earlier you start, the more time your money has to grow.
Grow.
Yeah.
Okay. And I know a lot of people that get hung up on like market volatility.
Yeah, the ups and downs.
The ups and downs, the fear of losing money.
Yeah.
How does Sethi address that?
So he says that the biggest risk is actually not investing at all.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Yeah, because you're missing out on all that potential growth.
The potential growth. Yeah.
Yeah, and he argues that like spending all this time trying to time the market
Okay.
or find like the perfect investment
Okay.
is actually just procrastination.
It's procrastination.
It's procrastination.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah,
So just get started,
just get started.
even if it's with a small amount.
Even if it's like a small amount.
Yeah. And like you can always increase your investments later
Exactly, as you earn more.
as you earn more.
Yeah.
So start small and then grow from there.
Totally. And he also encourages people to like educate themselves
Okay. Okay.
about investing.
Okay.
But he's also very clear that like learning shouldn't be an excuse to not invest.
Right. Don't let learning become procrastination.
Just do
it. Okay. And he also talks about index funds.
Yes.
Which are a great way for beginners to get started with investing.
Totally. They're like a low-cost, easy way.
Low cost
Yeah.
to invest in the stock market.
Yeah. And they're diversified.
Diversified.
So you're not putting all your eggs in one basket.
You put all your eggs in one basket,
Yeah.
which is very smart.
Very smart.
And he mentions that if you are investing in index funds,
Okay.
it's a good idea to rebalance your portfolio every now and then.
Oh, yeah, like once a year or
Once a year, maybe every 2 years,
Yeah.
just to like make sure everything's still aligned.
Exactly. Yeah. Your investments might have shifted a little bit.
Right.
So you want to make sure you're still on track.
Still on track with your goals.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're starting early.
Yes.
We're taking advantage of this thing called compound interest.
Compound interest.
Tell me, why is compound interest like the holy grail of investing?
It's like the eighth wonder of the world.
The eighth wonder of the world.
Yeah. It's pretty amazing.
So tell me, why is it so amazing?
So basically with compound interest, you're not just earning interest on your initial investment.
Okay.
You're also earning interest on the interest you've already earned.
So it's like your money is making babies.
It's like your money's making babies.
And then those babies are making babies.
And then those babies are making babies.
It's like a money family.
It's like money family.
I love it.
It's exponential growth.
Exponential growth.
Yeah.
Okay, so the longer you invest,
The more babies you have.
the more money babies you have.
Exactly.
Okay, so time is really on our side when it comes to investing.
Time is your best friend
Best friend.
when it comes to investing.
Okay, so start early. Be patient.
Yes.
Let those money babies multiply.
Let those money babies grow up and have their own money babies.
Okay, now we talked about saving being an automated process.
Okay.
What about budgeting?
So Sethi, he has a really interesting take on budgeting.
Okay.
He calls it conscious spending.
Conscious spending. We
Yeah.
touched on that a little bit earlier.
We did.
But tell me a little more about how it works.
So it's not about like restricting yourself or depriving yourself.
Okay.
It's about making intentional choices.
Intentional choices.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you decide in advance
Okay.
where your money's going to go.
Okay, so you're making a plan.
You're making a plan
Okay.
and then you automate it.
Automation again?
Automation is key.
I love it.
So you're not like constantly having to make decisions about your spending.
You're not like stressing over every little purchase.
Exactly.
Okay.
You've already made those decisions.
He's already made the plan.
Yeah.
And you're sticking to it.
Sticking to it.
Yeah, I like it. Okay, so when you combine all these things together, the
Yeah.
automation, the conscious spending, the investing,
Yeah.
you start to build this system
You build the system.
that works for you.
Yes.
And it's almost like running on autopilot,
It is like financial
a
autopilot.
financial autopilot. I love it.
Yeah.
And the book talks about how this is so much better than just relying on willpower.
Totally. Willpower is like
Willpower is limited.
limited. It's like a muscle that gets tired.
It gets tired.
Yeah.
And it's so much better than like trying to track every single expense.
Oh my God. No one wants to do that.
Nobody wants to do that.
It's so tedious.
So tedious.
Yeah.
Okay, so Sethi, he says the first 6 weeks of his plan
Okay.
are all about setting up this system.
Yeah. Building the foundation.
Fixing the foundation.
Yeah.
Okay, and like what's the end goal of all this?
So the end goal is financial freedom.
Financial freedom. What
Yeah.
does that even mean?
So it means like having enough money
Okay,
to do what you want.
to do what you want.
When you want,
Winner.
without having to worry about money.
Without stressing about money.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like having the freedom to pursue your passions.
Yeah.
To travel, to spend time with your family.
Yeah, to like not have to work a job you hate.
Exactly.
Okay.
To retire early if you want.
If you want to.
Yeah.
That's the dream.
That's the dream.
So this 6-week plan,
Yeah.
it's just the beginning.
Just the beginning.
It's like setting the stage.
Yeah, it's like planting the seeds
Planting the seeds.
for your financial future,
For a rich life.
for a rich life.
Okay, so to recap our deep dive into I will teach you to be rich,
Okay.
take ownership of your finances, start investing now, no matter how small,
Right.
automate your finances, practice conscious spending,
Spend on what you love.
spend on what you love,
Cut back on what you don't.
cut back on what you don't,
Yes.
and understand the power of compound interest.
Compound interest is your friend.
It's your friend.
Yeah.
It's the key.
It's the key to building wealth over time.
It's the key to those money babies.
To those money babies.
Babies. Okay, so building wealth and achieving financial freedom, it's not like a one-time thing,
No.
right?
It's a journey.
It's a journey.
It takes time.
It takes time, and it starts with that first step.
That first step is the most important.
So for our listeners out there,
Okay.
think about one small action you can take today
Yeah.
based on what we've talked about
Like what's one thing you can do right now?
right now.
Yeah.
To get started.
To get the ball rolling.
To get the ball rolling, maybe it's opening a high-yield savings account.
Ooh, good one.
Great.
Or maybe it's like
Researching index funds.
researching index funds.
Setting up an automated transfer.
Setting up an automatic transfer. That's a good one.
So easy, right?
So
It's
easy.
just like a few
A
clicks.
few clicks and you're done.
And then it's just happening.
It's happening in the background.
In the background,
Yeah.
like magic.
Like magic.
So what's that one small step
Yeah.
you can take?
What's your first step?
What's your first step towards a rich life?
Yeah.